Shelly Jackson, who's talking with folks there. Shelly.
This once, nobody should ever feel like the fear of the possibility of having to go through this, and the fact that it's happened twice is absolutely insane.
Do you blame the university?
No, I don't blame the university. I think that we just need regulations on gun policy, and that's not on the university. And I do think that the university has been doing everything they can, and I think that they are taking into account everything that's been happening. And like, I'm in the exact same classroom I was last time. Last time I had no locks. This time there's locks. So at least these little things are being improved. And I definitely think that there's a lot of ways that the university can improve, but I don't think that they're doing like a terrible job with it. I think that it's not their fault, and I don't blame them for it. I think that it's tighter regulations that we need.
A student I talked to when this first happened, he was in the law school. He told me that they sent out a note immediately to stop classes and actually lock doors, so the response was a little better. You think so too?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know what was happening until, so there was like people coming into our classroom, and we had no idea what was happening, and then they were saying that they heard that there was a shooting, and then we got like the notifications a few minutes later, so I'm not sure how long it took and versus like what the university like thought was happening, but yeah.
Okay, Elena, thank you so much.
Of course.
Let's get one more.
Just within minutes of getting the all clear from Chapel Hill Police via a tweet that campus is ready to be back open again, at least for kids to get out of buildings and move around. We are seeing a whole bunch of activity there. A live look from Sky 5 right now. A ghost town of a campus has come back to life here, but it is not without that stark reminder. Even just this week, UNC Chapel Hill students meeting in downtown Raleigh, trying to get some information on gun reform, meeting in Raleigh.
Shelly Jackson's talking to a student right now. Let's listen in.
I mean, I was in the dining hall, and then we got text messages from friends before we got the alert Carolina, and we just saw people running, and so it kind of like brought some PTSD back a little bit. Everyone was really scared, not knowing what was going on. But then we were looking out those windows up there, just seeing like police running around with guns and stuff, not really sure what was going on, but we felt a little bit better once we knew that like there were no shots fired and stuff like that. So it's a little relieving, but still not really.
What did you think? I mean, when I got that alert, I had to look at the date. I'm like, what? Again?
Yeah, it was a little shocking. I didn't expect it to happen for a second time, but you know, this is the world that we live in right now, and nothing's really changed, so not too surprising.
Do you think the university's response was a little better this time?
I think the university's response both times was pretty fair. I mean, we were all getting a lot of information at once. I just think we need to do more about making sure students are safe on campus.
And do you fault the university at all for the guns on campus?
No, not faulting the university. Probably just faulting our UNC legislators who are still in Raleigh, just recently voting to loosen gun laws, as there are real students who are dealing with this issue right now.
Okay. And anything else?
And Shelly Jackson working that scene right there, talking to students out there as you can see them pour out of buildings all over campus now that the all clear has been given.
That ghost campus coming back to life. Let's go out to Monica Casey, who's also talking with a student. Monica, what are they saying?
Yeah, hey Renee, I'm here with Kareem. He's a junior here at UNC. Tell me what building you were in and what it's been like in the last hour.
I was in Stone Center. It's just right over there. I didn't expect it. It just came on naturally. Just the alarm came on and it was a bit scary. And yeah, we just kind of sheltered in and just waited for it to clear out.
And were you in a classroom?
I was in my class.
About how many people were in there with you?
Maybe about 150.
Okay, and what did your instructor do?
We barricaded the doors and we just sat and waited.
And what was the mood like in that room?
It was just silent. Everybody was kind of exhausted. You know, when the alert came on, they were like, not again. And then yeah, we just kind of just waited it out.
And were you on campus last month?
Yeah, I was on campus, yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was first time, so I didn't really know how to feel. But it's kind of crazy that it happened on my campus, so yeah.
And this happening again so quickly, did it put you right back where you were last month and those feelings?
It kind of reminded me, but yeah, same thing, yeah.
And how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm just glad nobody's hurt, and you know, safe. Just probably going to go back and study. Yeah.
And how are your friends doing? Some of those people that were in that big lecture with you?
Everybody's good. Yeah, everybody's fine. I bet it just takes some time to recover, and that's all.
Yeah. And with this happening again so soon, what do you think needs to be done about this kind of thing?
I don't really know. I guess just let the government decide that. I don't really have an opinion on that. Yeah.
And what's next for you here today?
Probably just go home, get some sleep.
Decompress a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate your time. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you. So Renee, we're all clear has sounded. You can see this is such a different scene than we were seeing before. We're going to send it back to you now in studio.
And Monica, just like that student was saying, there's a lot of relief that no one was hurt in this incident. No shots were fired. There is that palpable relief, but also talking about the trauma that they experienced once again with the second lockdown in 17 days on the UNC Chapel Hill campus. This outcome very different from what happened on August 28th. And we're happy to report that no one was injured, and UNC police giving the all clear as you see students now pouring out of those buildings after they were sheltering in place, relieved that they can go about their day.
Yeah, important also, as we get back to Shelley Jackson here in just a moment, that the resolution, we haven't gotten that yet as far as an arrest made. The all clear has been given, certainly, and that is a relief. But as these kids, PTSD flashbacks coming through about not again, things like that, disheartened about what has happened. Some of them in the same classrooms as they were 2.5 weeks ago when this happened on campus. But we still don't know about the person who waved that gun. Has there been an arrest made? We'll wait and follow up and ask those questions, certainly. But Shelley Jackson still live on campus right there talking with some of the students again.
Well, yes, we're out here in the plaza that we were just at about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Much different now. When we first arrived on scene, students were glued to the windows, and now they're out here in the plaza. We're going to chat with this one student. What's your name?
Yeah, Layla Turner.
What was your reaction when you got this, notification?
Yeah, so I was actually sitting outside the dining hall with some friends when we saw across from the student union. All the students were just running out. Chairs were getting knocked over, things like that. And instantly we were all just like, oh, we have to run, because we experienced this a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So the adrenaline was definitely high.
When you saw that notification, was it I had to check my date and make sure it wasn't an old one.
Right, yeah. So I got the notification pretty late, but that confirmed what was going on, and I was just trying to make sure the girls I was with were calm and let them know that everything's going to be okay.
Did you feel that the campus handled this a little bit better this time, or did you think the way it handled it last time was okay too?
It was about the same, I would say. It was about the same. I didn't hear the alarm go off first. I saw people running first, and then that's when the alarm went off.
Did your heart drop into?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it really did.
Did you feel that maybe, the last time shots were fired and this time there weren't shots, did you feel that changed the atmosphere on campus at all?
Well, I would say so, because people are walking around, checking on their friends, things like that. And last time it was different because we saw all the police around, everything like that. So the atmosphere is a little different this time. But I would say some people their anxiety did kick in because of what just happened.
Do you blame the university all? This is the second time in less than 3 weeks. Is there something that they can do?
I would say probably stricter gun laws, especially on campus, more security, things like that. So stuff like this doesn't happen again, so where someone could just walk on campus and pull a gun out on anyone.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When we first arrived, it was a much different scene. It was no one was out here. When we were walking here, we found a student who was crouching down and hiding in the bushes. And when I stopped to talk to her, she was afraid to come out. She didn't move until a police officer told her he would escort her to a building. She was just terrified and didn't want to move. I also ran into a parent who jumped in his car and drove down here right away. So right now, a lot of smiles